Oh, it's a little dark.
Yeah, it's because I covered this window.
Want
Want me to uncover it?
No.
Not now.
No. Okay.
Hey,
Hi.
everyone. We're a couple of minutes early, I think.
It doesn't matter.
It
Sure.
doesn't matter, but
Here
we
it's not
are.
like we timed these.
that's
Nope.
true because
Yeah.
it's very off the cuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is you got an hour advance notice from me on Facebook, and that was about it.
Yeah.
On the Facebook group.
And that's more than usual. So
It's true. It's true.
we're doing our Three Pagans Eat for July.
Yep.
Because there was an event going on today at Shakespeare's Pub,
That's
Good
right.
old Shakes.
which Carr found out about because he knows all the brewers and people.
Yep.
That's right.
Exactly.
It was their 18th birthday, I think.
Yes, it was.
The
Indeed.
18th anniversary of their
Opening.
existence.
Yes.
That is
They're
correct.
officially old enough to drink in England.
but they're not in England, so
Right. Yeah. They're in Kalamazoo,
they're
Michigan.
in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
That's right.
And,
On East Kalamazoo Avenue.
Yes.
and
Yep.
I have the address.
the event that they did was they put 44 new beers on tap.
Yes. That have never been tapped ever in the city of Kalamazoo.
Yes.
That's right.
They
Not
had
all of them were beers. Some of them were
meads,
and things.
ciders. Yeah.
44 new
Drinks.
alcohol.
Yeah. Yep.
That had never been tapped in Kazoo before outside of their own breweries were on tap at Shakespeare's. So we went to try some out and also to have food because they have food there.
Yep. Do we have some comments over there?
Yes.
I can't read them from
They're
this
too
far
far.
away.
They're too far away.
Have no fear, for Finn is here.
Hey!
Oh, wait a second. Fuck you, Finn. Okay, go ahead.
I know my Untapped was going crazy today, Car. That's also from Finn. And then Amanda Hicks goes, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of you guys kind of planned this last night, and I found out about it today.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
talked
talked to
about it today.
Jackson
We didn't really
today.
plan it
Right.
so much.
They
Yeah.
planned it. I heard about it this morning.
And then I was like, cool. And they were thought, because I can't drink alcohol anymore, that I wouldn't want to go. But they have other things besides alcohol. They have sodas,
But you're gonna say
alcohol,
alphabets. They
alcohol.
have other stuff other than the alphabet.
And they
there.
have food.
And numerical.
Yes, but they also have food. And they
Yes.
have
Good
other
food.
beverages.
Yes. Yep.
Including, which I didn't get to I only had a taste of, but you
Yep.
got it. What was that again? It was a
CBD cider.
Yeah.
No, it was a
seltzer.
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 CBD
I've got
seltzer.
the
Yeah.
list here. It was a pomegranate CBD seltzer by Ojai CBD.
Yep.
And I had ordered a Diet Coke before I saw that, but I did get to taste Jackson's sample of it, and it was very good.
It was non-alcoholic, made with 20 milligrams of CBD.
What's going on,
Numbers,
Jackson?
letters, and food sounds like pre-K.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much. And first of all, I do want
We
to
may
say
sound like pre-K now.
we probably will, yeah. I'm, they're mostly sober. I'm completely sober, and
Car
I'm the
had-
one who can't talk.
Car had 3 flights. I had 2 flights and a beer. Ode had a flight.
I had one flight.
And then we had a bunch of food that we'll talk to you about.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
But first, I want to say how nice of a place Shakespeare's Pub
Oh,
is.
Shakes is so nice.
It's
Yeah.
a nice
So
location.
Yep. Yeah.
I liked it.
They have
Yep.
plenty of parking, which is always a
Yes.
Yep.
plus for car.
Yep. Exactly. I
Especially-
found a parking space
especially
right
for
away,
downtown.
and it was
Yep.
like rockstar parking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Rockstar parking. But it's really a nice atmosphere. It's a little loud because it's your typical bar.
Yeah, and they have a billion TV screens.
They have
Yeah.
they have a bunch of TV screens with different things going.
So
There's
it's a bit of a chaotic atmosphere.
they have some music going. But I did notice that there were families there,
Mhm.
and because it was the afternoon, and it's really nice. It's really clean. The staff is friendly.
Mhm.
Yep.
We got to meet the owner, right, or talk
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
owner.
Yep. Ted came by and said hello.
Yep.
And talked for a little bit with us. Who's
Make
one
us
of the
smile.
owners.
Yeah.
One of the 2 owners.
Mhm.
Ted's awesome though. Absolutely love him. Does a great job there. Always either one of the owners. They're always out talking to their customers,
Yeah.
getting to know them, making sure everything's okay, that kind of stuff.
That was really cool. I
Yep.
just thought the whole atmosphere of the place was nice.
Yeah.
Just nice, friendly, clean, and a place you want to spend the afternoon or the evening.
Yeah, and the earlier you go there, the less hectic it is. We got there about 2:50, and
Yeah.
it wasn't super crazy busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
It
then I
picked up
started-
around 4.
Well, 250 on a Monday. It
Yeah.
makes
Yeah,
sense, right?
yeah.
It's just my day off.
Plus the
Jackson's day off, Ode's day off.
Yep.
the college crowd is out of town for
Yeah.
the most part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, because it's summers.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, but talk about your beverages, because that was the main reason for going.
Yes.
Yes.
Was the
Um,
beverages.
Gosh, I have a lot of them.
Yes, Carr has a just an absolute ton that he went through today.
Yeah, Finn is on my Untapped. So saw all of these things being checked in today.
Yes, and I
And
just
probably had a conniption.
I kept my flight cards.
Yep.
He wrote notes on
I
them.
wrote
You wrote
notes.
notes.
I wrote notes on the back because I also tried some of Carr's and Ode's stuff.
Mhm.
So I didn't write all of the ones that I tried, but I wrote down my favorites.
Yep. I think I actually still have my cards, but they just have the numbers
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
it. So I started with the strawberries, bananas, Foster Forever from Craft Artisan Meadery, because when you own a meadery, you have to try other people's mead.
It's true.
I gave it a 3.
Yeah,
It's,
I didn't care for that one.
Yeah, it tasted like strawberry and bananas and honey,
And honey.
but not mingled together.
Yeah,
it tasted
it
like 3
was-
separate flavors all in the same
Like
thing.
stacked.
The honey came very much on the back end.
Mhm.
It tasted like honey after a period of time.
Yep.
I think it was probably bananas forward, but
Mm.
like it just had sort of it was just a weird combination of flavors that I didn't care for.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I didn't know it was supposed to be a mead until after I was told it was a mead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one was kind of a fail.
Yep.
As
And
far
then
as
I
these guys
had-
are concerned.
The upside down cake, which was also from Crafted Artisan Meadery,
Mhm.
which is like a pineapple upside down cake with maraschino cherry, and it was fucking delicious.
That one was
It
much more like cohesive.
Cohesive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
It was
so
very,
good.
very good. Yeah. It was by far one of my favorite things I had on the day. I think I gave it a 3.75 out of 5 stars, and so that's usually pretty good for me because I'm not a
Mhm.
5-star person usually.
Mhm.
So
Make sure you're talking towards the
Yeah.
mic.
yeah, it's fine.
And the
Also,
people.
Finn says the pictures looked amazing.
Yeah, I did take pictures of everything and upload them to my Untapped
Oh, good.
of each pour. So
And I will
Um,
be sharing, I don't have that stuff, but I will be also sharing some photos that I took just for
Of
fun
the location.
of the location and
Yeah.
stuff in the group and on Discord.
yep, because for some reason they're not transferring out of your email to my email.
Yeah,
Yep.
that happened last time too. It's
Yep.
weird.
So
All right, continue
Yep.
your.
Yep.
so
your flight,
then I had the double vanilla darkness from Surly Brewing Company,
which we all
which was
tasted.
a Russian Imperial Stout.
They were all having the happy
And,
pancakes.
That was one I really liked. I gave it again a 3.75.
It's very good.
I really, really liked it.
Was that your double star or your double heart?
That was my double heart. That was the one that I got in a flight and then actually got a
Full
full drink
pour,
of later. It is my favorite drink of the entire day. I wish I had gotten a crowler of it. I'm probably going to go back later in the week and get a crowler of that and
Yeah.
another drink that I will talk about later.
Yeah, that one was very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And the
I
last,
only know from what they said.
the last one of my first flight was Founding Father from Presidential Brewing Company. Jake and Kaylee, who are the owners of Presidential, which is another Kalamazoo brewery, was there, and it was really, really good. They are awesome. I love Jake and Kaylee. And
So yeah, you should visit Presidential.
yeah,
too.
you should visit Presidential Brewing if you get a chance. Their food's really good. Their
the
beers
garlic
are very
bites.
good. Their garlic
Oh,
bites
the
are
garlic
great. Yeah.
knots, yeah. Mhm.
And it's called Founding Father because everything they have is presidential, related.
Mhm.
And I gave that a 4.25. So that is
That's
an
pretty
Imperial
high,
IPA, and it was very tasty.
Mhm.
I used to work there. I can vouch that their kitchen is very good.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's good.
Did you all try that one?
Yes.
Founding
Yeah.
Father, yeah. The Founding Father was really, really good.
Yeah.
I hadn't gotten a chance to try it when I worked there because they only released that one
Once a year. Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah. So when you get a chance, when it's out and available, get some.
Take advantage.
Yeah. And if you're on my Untapped, you'll notice that glass, the picture got taken with it mostly empty instead of full, which is what I tried to do on all the others. But,
Yeah.
somebody had to drink it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was me. All right. That was my first flight. What about you guys?
Jackson, you want to do yours?
Jackson.
So which one did I do first?
I don't know.
Hearts.
Double
it was
hearts.
double heart. Double heart I did first. Okay. So the very first drink I did, which was a good drink to start on, to be honest, was the double vanilla darkness, which was my favorite drink of the day by far. It was ridiculously tasty. It tasted like a surprising amount of vanilla.
Yeah.
And it was a delicious stout, and I loved it. And it was the one that I got a full pour of.
And it was
we
very
said.
smooth for, I think, not being on nitro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. And like for me, nitro is either like a take or leave. I'm not a fantastic fan of nitro. It can sometimes make drinks better, but sometimes it just kind of goes meh. So take that as you will, I suppose. Oh, and the next one. So I got a pear flavored drink, and I did not realize. I just picked it because it said the word pear, and I went, "Ooh, pear sounds good."
It's called Pear Bear from Three Floyds Brewing Company.
And Dad had said, "Oh man, Three Floyds is real good," and I saw Three Floyds pear flavored. Went, yeah. Didn't realize it was a sour. I like some sours. This one is a kettle sour. Kettle sours, apparently not my jam.
What did you say to me that you felt like it did?
Oh, it punched me in the motherfucking face with that sour. It was very, very sad. The pear flavor is fantastic. I drank 3/4 of that drink the entire time going, holy crap, it's so sour.
It was making a lot
But
of
it tastes
faces.
so good. It hurt me so bad that I was like, no, this drink is delicious, but I can't.
And then I ended up drinking the last,
Mhm.
4/4 of it.
Yeah.
But this one
But I
back
like kettle
here,
sours.
My notes genuinely say, so sour, ! Underline, didn't finish.
But this one back here drinks sours. So
Yes.
you liked it.
I did. I got one of those myself because I knew it was a sour when I was
Right.
making my flight.
Because I like some sours, but I didn't know this one is a sour, and apparently kettle sours are not my thing.
Finn says they're not a fan of sours, so they completely understand.
I like
Oh my
sours.
gosh. And then what did you have?
What was the fourth
Okay.
one?
The fourth one was apple pies, something.
Oh, I smelled that one. That one smelled very
Oh,
good.
what was the number on it?
10.
Hang on.
Thanks to Untapped, we now know everything.
No, I took a photo of the thing.
Oh,
Apple Pie Cider by Blake Ciders.
there you
apple
go.
pie cider. So this apple pie cider was ridiculously delicious, and it did smell kind of violently of apple pie, but like the flavor was really like smooth and nice. It just smelled really
Very-
apple.
it was very
It was a
apple.
much stronger smell than it was a taste.
Yeah.
That is valid.
Yep.
You smelled it and you went, oh no. And then you taste it and you're like, okay, no, this is great.
The taste, I got more apple pie crust from the taste.
Interesting.
And more apple
Yeah.
pie filling from the smell. It was very
I
strange.
believe they
Very
actually
strange.
call that a pastry as well. So it's a pastry cider.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they've actually added that pastry into it, so you get the crust
Interesting.
taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it was like really delicious, and it has 2 plus signs next to it. So not hearts, but pluses.
Oh, your first flight?
I have one more.
Oh,
One more.
This is
can only do
the.
3?
What?
I
Yes,
believe
I've
you.
only done 3.
Interesting.
This is the superior something. Number 30.
Let me look it up.
We probably should have titled this 3 Pagans Drink Plus Win.
That was the super delicious stout on nitro from Shorts Brewing.
Yep.
Super delicious. Okay, so this one was actually pretty delicious, but my notes just said, I'm just going to read you my notes because I think these are funny because I was getting progressively more drunk. I'm starting to sober up a bit. But 3 drinks into my first flight, my notes were just coffee plus chocolate. So smooth. I love nitro.
So
Which is
good.
funny since Jackson just said nitro kind of,
Yeah.
but apparently 3 beers in,
3
Jackson
It's
loves
okay.
nitro.
3 beers in, I love nitro.
I think that's legit for anyone to say.
But the thing is, like, thinking back on it, I'm like, that beer was just kind of okay.
It wasn't
It was
bad.
not the best beer in the world.
Yeah, I think it was That was one where I sort of felt like everyone makes a chocolate stout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You even
Yeah.
said that
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
table. You were like, yeah.
That was just sort of, it's, it was good, but in the way that it's interchangeable with every other chocolate stout I've ever had.
Yep.
Thinking
Yeah.
back on it more sober, I'm like, well, it was a chocolate stout, and it was a fine chocolate,
And it was on
stout,
Nitro.
Right.
and it was on nitro, but like, it was nothing super special.
Yeah. And who'd you say that is by? Shorts? So Shorts is another Michigan brewer. We had a lot of Michigan beers there.
Mhm.
And there were actually reps there from
Yeah.
a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
different breweries, a lot of different distributors, other local breweries. People were there,
Helping
owners.
celebrate.
Yeah, everybody was kind of there helping Shakespeare'S celebrate.
Yep.
So,
I had a very smooth Diet Coke.
Yes.
but
Would have had a Diet Coke.
this
Very
is when we got.
a generously portioned Diet Coke. It was a large cup
Yes.
with a straw.
And this is when we got the food delivered. So do we want to go through all the food after we got our first flight? Well, it took the whole time to drink the
It
first
took
flight.
it took me the whole time to drink my
Oh, it
flight.
still
Yeah.
has to talk about their flight.
Oh, that's right. Your flight.
Yeah. What?
Finn says, sounds like me and IPAs. Everyone makes a damn IPA.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of them, again, are interchangeable.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So in my flight, I obviously got several sours because I'm a big fan of sours. So I got started with the Pineapple Papaya Fandango from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. That was pretty good. It was very fruity. It was sweeter than most sours. You didn't get a lot of the sort of zingy, tangy
Right.
quality that you get in most sours.
The
Jackson,
punch your face.
Which is
yeah.
why I liked it too. Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson and Carr both liked it because neither of them are really big fans of sours.
It's more like a
Um,
Sour Patch Kid because there's sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it was very, very fruity. It was nice. And it was an easy drink, is what I'd say. It was very, you could drink that all night and be fine. I also got the Lila Lavender Honey from C² Ciders. That one I didn't care for so much. It was too light. It mostly tasted like a vaguely floral apple cider.
Yeah.
I got very little of the honey. I got very little of the
the
lavender,
lavender,
on
yeah.
that, aside from, like I said, sort of a vaguely floral note.
I think you guys said that tasted like an apple cider that was made in the same room
As the
That's lavender.
Well, it's
Yeah.
probably because people tend to be cautious with lavender.
Yeah, and I think they were
Because-
too cautious.
Yeah, because you have to do just the right amount
Yeah.
of lavender to get that lavender flavor. Otherwise, it becomes soapy.
Yeah,
Right.
and I
it
think
sounds like they went just a little too
I
low.
think C² Ciders was cowardly on this one, and they need to up the lavender on the next round. Then I got the Pear Bear from Three Floyds Brewing.
Well, you know you like that.
Right, I got that because I knew it was a sour, and I was very pleased with it. It was sharp and tangy.
Hey, I tried to give you
Strong
mine.
pear flavor. Yeah, and then Dad took it. I'm not complaining. Yeah, so the Pear Bear is very, very good if you like sours. It's very sour. It's a very strong, powerful, tangy sour. But
Yep.
if you like a kettle sour, you will like Pear Bear.
Mhm.
And then I got the Pursuit of Freedom Watermelon Mint from Revolution Brewing Company, which is much lighter. It's also a fruited sour technically, but it's another one that's not really very sour in flavor.
Right.
Is that the one where you met the brewer or the?
We
met the
met the
rep.
rep. Yeah.
Met the
Yeah.
rep.
From Revolution. Yep.
Yeah, so that was nice. Sort of a light, refreshing. I'd like to put that one on ice, I think, and just sip it on a hot day.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
That was a very refreshing one, so I like that.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of
tried
putting
that
any
one.
beer on ice because it waters it down eventually.
Not if you drink fast enough.
Maybe on
Right.
like
That's true.
maybe on rocks. Those like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a whiskey
Whiskey-
stone, that kind of a
whiskey
thing.
And
would
there
be
are
fine.
some
Yeah.
drinks that you add ice to it, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I tried that one, the watermelon mint,
Mhm.
and it is actually pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, I tried the watermelon mint as well and liked it.
Mhm.
The actual rep for it here in West Michigan was actually at the meadery
Yeah,
a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago now, I think. Yeah.
and did a what do they call it?
Soft birthday party.
A soft
Mhm.
birthday party from Letterkenny.
Yeah.
So we're still cleaning up litter.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it was a fun time.
Soft birthday party.
Yep.
Okay, I love letter.
Super soft, I think. Super soft
Yeah,
birthday
super
party.
soft
Yeah.
birthday
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it was a lot of
Super
fun.
soft.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
All right, then we got the food.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
and the came.
food. Okay, and we actually had some really nice bar food, but
Mhm.
we did a bunch of appetizers.
Yep.
Which included and then these two each ordered like an entree.
Yeah, like meals.
Like
I
meals.
was drinking a lot.
But for the appetizers, we had fried pickles that were pickle spears that were kind of a spicy dill pickle.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could dip it in ranch sauce. We also had a pretzel platter that had 3 different kind of pretzels. There was
And pretzel bites.
and pretzel bites with sauces, and there was a traditional Bavarian pretzel, there was jalapeno pretzel, and then there was like a sweet cream cheese pretzel with those beer cheese bites.
Yep.
Yep.
And then there was
they
like
gave us beer cheese
strawberry sauce
and a honey mustard.
and a honey mustard.
How the hell did I miss the strawberry sauce?
See,
Because
It was on the other side of the
I
table.
basically hoarded it.
Gotcha.
they said
It was very good.
they said those were beer cheese bites, but those tasted basically like the
Cheddar.
Cheddar bites.
cheddar bites
Yeah.
that you would get from like Meyer.
They did, and they were, all of the pretzels were good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them.
Now, the jalapeno pretzel
Was not jalapeno.
tasted more like a pepper jack cheese inside.
Right, yeah.
And I will say all of them probably didn't have as much cheese in them or as much filling in the pretzel
As you would want.
as you would want or expected. Like you expect a filled pretzel, I think, to kind of gush a little, and sometimes like a little bit of cheese to come out.
I got a
and it
cheese
didn't really
bite
happen.
that had no cheese.
Yeah. But the
Jackson got
pretzels
screwed out of
That's
cheese bite.
probably
For the best.
for
For
the
you.
best. Yeah.
because I shouldn't be having cheese.
Yes.
I ate mostly the Bavarian pretzel, which
Yeah.
is delicious.
Yeah, I think all the pretzels were actually very good.
Yeah, they were
The
really well
sauces,
cooked.
I
Yeah.
didn't have the honey mustard, but I had
The
the
honey mustard was
strawberry.
good.
My
Yeah.
mustard was very good.
And
beer cheese was great.
I
We
had the
ate
beer
all of it.
cheese. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fabulous. It was fabulous beer cheese. So that was a nice platter. So we had the pickles, we had the pretzel platter. You ordered
We
us.
got
We
the
also had
nachos.
vegetarian nachos.
Yeah, we had vegetarian nachos, which I liked very much.
Which just means regular nachos, but with no
Yeah.
extra meat.
Yeah, it
Right.
just didn't have meat. There is the option to have shredded chicken or ground beef
Yeah.
that's been seasoned
Yeah.
on the nachos. And then when they put the meat on there, they like pile it super high.
Yeah.
They're nachos when you have, they're like yay tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're massive when
And
you
they're
have
about
Yeah.
half that size.
Half that size for the vegetarian one.
Yeah.
But it was good. I liked them. The it was like a restaurant style tortilla.
chip,
Yeah.
Kind of a flour
They're
tortilla.
Really very good tortilla chips.
Very crispy. Even with all the stuff on them, it had a good
They say
crunch,
crunchy.
nice crunch to it. I felt like there was a little bit too much shredded cheese for me because there was also like a poured
Like a queso.
queso on top of it, and I would have been perfectly happy with just the
With just the
queso
queso.
and the vegetables and stuff that they put on, which was like tomatoes.
Because
and,
the melted shredded cheese obviously sticks together as
Yeah.
soon as it starts to dry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I almost felt like that was a little, I didn't need the extra cheese.
It
I
was
kind of like
essen-
the extra cheese.
Yeah,
It was essentially a kind of pico de gallo on top of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
There was a pico de gallo on top, and it was very nice. And I liked the vegetarian nachos. And then what else? What else did we have?
I got potato skins for the table.
Right,
Right.
Potato skins.
I felt like the potato skins are actually a little bland.
They were acceptable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were okay for potato skins. You really wanted to dip them in something,
Yeah.
which I think they provided like sour cream and
Yeah, they did.
things like that.
Marinara, yeah,
Marinara
yeah,
and
yeah.
things.
I
But
just ate them.
I just ate mine plain.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
And lots of bacon. So
I
I'll give them
did-
that.
I did dip part of my potato skin into the beer cheese, and that was very good.
That sounds like it would be
That
good.
beer
Yes.
cheese was very good.
Yep.
And then Jackson and I each got actual meals.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Jackson, say what you got.
I got the fish and chips, which was good. The fish was a white fish that was very lightly battered and fried, which is nice because sometimes fish and chips in the U.S. has a tendency to be very
Soggy.
heavily battered, which can
Kinda
get
greasy.
soggy and greasy.
Mhm.
So this was a nice variation of it. Not quite as good as some fish and chips that I have had, but I'm a little biased.
He's had regular, actual English, UK
Fish and chips. Yep.
So
UK
he's a
college town fish. and
Yeah,
chips.
he's a little
Yeah.
prejudiced.
Also, just like the as the conversation that we had at the table, a crappy UK fish and chips that you buy for like £5 is, generally delicious.
Right.
Mhm. But I thought I got to have some of Jackson's fish, and it was very good.
It was
very
good.
flaky.
It was like a high quality
Mhm.
U.S. American fish and chip.
I will
Yes.
say, as someone who does not like fish or the smell of fish, I couldn't smell this damn fish. It was great.
Oh
yeah. It did not have like
It
a fishy
didn't have
smell.
Yeah.
It
It
didn't
didn't
have
sometimes
any.
you can
table.
get.
Which usually means it's actually fresh fish.
Yeah.
You only
So-
get the fishy smell when it's not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will say that about the other battered things that we had because it was all battered. Let's face it.
It was bar food,
with it's bar food.
None of the nachos were battered.
That's
Well, that's
Yeah.
true. The not, but of the things that were battered, it was nothing was like greasy. Everything was pretty. Was just
Yeah.
had just to the right
Yeah.
amount.
Lightly fried.
Yeah.
Even the potato skins weren't greasy, and
Yeah.
those tend to be greasy.
Yeah,
too.
it was
Yeah.
lightly fried and like well drained.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it had
yeah.
just the right amount of batter on it. It wasn't like all you're eating is batter.
Yeah.
It was very, very tasty bar food.
Yep.
And we both Ode and I got the steak fries.
Yeah, the steak cut fries,
Your standard,
which were
chips.
like not salted at all. I noticed, which is
No,
why I dipped
which
mine
is
in
quality,
everything.
which
yeah.
is what you want in your chips. You don't want them to be
Because you can
salty.
then add what you
Add
want.
whatever you want, yeah.
Yep.
So no salt, no seasoning on the fries. So I dipped mine mostly in beer cheese and honey mustard.
There you go.
Yeah.
There. Now, what did you have to eat your sandwich?
I had the quote spicy garlic chicken sandwich.
And the reason we say quote
Is that there was no garlic flavor in this damn sandwich.
Now that said, you and I tend to like garlic,
Yeah,
not
but no,
garlic.
there wasn't
Seriously,
even a
garlic.
hint of garlic.
Right,
There was
yeah.
It's not like I expected more garlic than this. There was no,
No
garlic
garlic.
in
Yeah,
this
yeah, that's
sandwich.
probably true.
Yeah.
It
and-
also didn't exactly look like a sandwich per se. It looked like a piece of chicken
I mean,
with
that's-
some bread on it
that's-
and some pickles.
That's true.
but that's your standard chicken sandwich in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
if you go
I
to
mean,
that place we don't talk about,
That's right.
Yeah.
Or
that's what
even
those things is.
or Burger King,
McDonald's.
or
yeah.
McDonald's,
So what it was,
KFC.
it was a piece of breaded chicken that had been dipped in a garlic sauce, a spicy garlic sauce,
Spicy garlic sauce.
and then put
That had
between
like completely dried onto the chicken.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like put on a bun, and there were some pickles on the top of the bun, and put it together.
You could really
Consume.
solve that by a garlic aioli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I like. At first, when I took a bite of it, I was like, "There's no garlic in this. There's just generically spicy on this." We thought maybe it was supposed to have come with a garlic aioli, and like
They forgot.
They forgot it?
missed. Yeah.
like I pulled off the top of the bun, and I was like, "Well, there's nothing under these pickles. Maybe there's supposed to be a garlic thing on the bun." But no, we looked up on the menu, and it says dipped in the spicy garlic sauce. So
Yeah.
what was on the chicken was supposed to taste like garlic, and it did not.
Yeah.
It was like a perfectly serviceable, generic,
Chicken
spicy
sandwich.
chicken sandwich.
Like you could give a McDonald's.
Yeah, like
Right.
it was not special, is what I would say.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't taste garlic, so I was a little disappointed with that. But
Because like I have had some
talking to the mic,
I have had some spicy chicken sandwiches that have had very little toppings on them when I was living in LA, but they were like smothered
Yeah.
in dry spice and deliciously spicy and very flavorful.
Mhm.
So like you can do a dry piece of chicken with a little bit of sauce dipped and a bun and some pickles and have a good ass sandwich.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it right.
Was the chicken itself good or top?
the chicken itself was fine. Yeah, it was like I said, it wasn't.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna repel any vampires. No.
It wasn't like a super tender chicken. It was
Yeah.
just sort of sort of
So
a
just
generic
kind of generic
chicken sandwich. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So of all the food that we
So
tried,
I didn't even bring it home. I ate half
Yeah.
of it as usual, and I left the rest on the plate. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah.
eat this.
yeah. So of the food that we had, most of it was good. The only thing that apparently was disappointing was
Yeah.
the chicken sandwich. They do have a lot of other stuff on their menu though for food. They have chicken tenders, just your basic chicken tenders
tendies.
with fries. But they have like a barbecue chicken pizza.
They have build your own pizzas.
build your own. They have Shakespeare's Pizza, which is their house pizza.
They got a pickle pizza, which seems
Dill
to be
pickle pizza.
wildly popular
Yeah.
in the Midwest.
They have a buffalo chicken wrap.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
that
got a Reuben. They got a lot of options.
garden quesadilla. So they've
Yeah.
got
But-
lots. They've got all kinds of stuff.
I will say though, based on my spicy garlic chicken sandwich experience, just expect it to be like generic. equivalents of these foods.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it's a bar.
Yeah, no.
So
And
it's really
I'm
about.
not judging. I'm just saying.
Right,
like,
yeah.
This is the reality of
Yeah.
the food situation.
It's definitely pub food.
And
Yeah,
I'll tell
it's
you
definitely
what, the drunker you get, the less you're gonna give a shit.
That's
Right.
And
Yeah.
I will say the prices range anywhere from $4.99 to $21.99. So there's a range for anyone
Yeah.
to be able to get something to eat, along with their liquor,
Alcohol, yes, of some sort.
some
not
kind
all
of
liquor,
food to
liquor,
go
beer,
with your
everything.
beer, your liquor, or your soda,
Wine,
whatever
yeah.
you're
And
getting.
speaking of, let's continue to the next flights. Car, what was your second flight?
So my second flight, I actually went over to some guys who worked for a distributor and said, "Hey, tell
would
me what you all
suggest?
delivered." So I got the Adding Corners Cherry, which is a New Belgian company sour. I gave it a 3.
We had
It was
that one. That was
okay.
in the cherry whiskey barrels.
Yeah, yep. And it was okay.
It was okay. You could taste the char.
Yeah.
Could have used more cherry.
Yep, exactly. The second thing I had was also from New Belgium because it was New Belgian reps I was talking to, which was called Action Reaction, which I also gave a 3. But I think that Jackson and Ode liked it better than I did. It was actually a soured stout.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Okay. Ode literally said the phrase, "My mouth is confused."
Yes, I did.
But I loved the absolute shit out of Action Reaction. I wrote the note, weird, and I love it. This is one of the beers that I'm going back and getting a growler of when I get my next paycheck, because it is a funky fucking drink, and I am here for it.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It was a weird experience.
It's so strange, and it's good.
It's worth trying at least once. So
Yeah.
I put it that way.
There you go.
Like
It
it may not be
is.
something you go back to, but it's worth at least trying.
It's 100% my jam, and I'm sure there are some other people in the world who are like, you'll taste it and be like, "Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, okay." It's a definitely love it or hate it kind of deal.
I think that there's nobody else like Jackson.
You're unique.
They
So
made this drink
it's
purely for Jackson.
For Jackson, yeah.
Yep,
Enjoy it. The next one I had was Triple Thickerus, which was an IPA from Waxwings Brewing Company, which is also Kalamazoo based.
Was that the milkshake?
Yeah, it's a milkshade IPA. I gave it a 3.25. It's actually a really good IPA. I am not a fan of milkshake anything.
Yeah.
In
is
beer.
good.
Like
Which is
the texture.
unfiltered.
Right. Yeah, it's unfiltered, so it's a little bit thicker than you would expect, and so it tastes, I don't know, off to me because of that. And it's literally a texture issue, not a taste issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you said to me at the table that it tasted just grainy.
Yeah.
It's not really grainy, it's just thick.
Yeah.
So
It's 100% a texture thing.
yeah.
The
yeah.
taste is
Yeah.
fine. The texture's just not for us.
So
Yep.
if that doesn't bother you, you'll probably love it.
Yep.
It doesn't bother me. I wasn't a fan of that one, but I had another unfiltered one that I loved.
So my last one of that flight, which got a 5-star for me,
That's
was
right.
the
This was the oh
Imperial
my god one.
Peanuts and Cracker Jack from the Mitten Brewing Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yes.
He had just gotten done not long before that saying, I haven't had my oh my god, this is amazing beer.
Right.
Until he had that one.
So I love Peanuts and Cracker Jack anyway,
Yes, you did.
and is a beer that I have had for, oh gosh, I don't know, 15 years maybe?
Mm.
How old are you?
Me?
Yes,
30?
30. So I took you when you were 21. So 9 years ago,
Yeah.
I had Peanuts and Cracker Jack for the first time at a different brewery than the Mitten, but was the same brewer.
Yeah.
And who moved over to the Mitten. And it is a great beer. If you can find it near you, please buy it. It's amazing. But this Imperial version of it was just so unctuous and smooth. It wasn't on nitro. It was just great. Creamy, smooth, very peanut forward. And Cracker Jack, which, I mean, how the hell do you get that in a beer?
They did it.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
It's good.
They
Delicious.
figured it out. What's the
So,
Cars.
I've got, let's see, Finn has said, what? A soured stout? I'm intrigued. And I was going to ask about the 5-star. So there you go, Finn.
There you go.
That's
Yep.
the one.
Mhm. That's the one.
All right, Jackson, what was your
Second.
flight?
Okay. Second flight. So, first drink second flight was Garden Party.
Do you know the number? Give me the number.
24.
I don't think that was one you weren't like really keen
That
on,
was
right?
Garden Party by Short Spring.
No, what is the flavor? I think that's one of the fruity ones.
I don't see.
Aged in wine barrels with notes of oak and a slight caramel sweetness.
Oh, then that was not memorable at all. Literally, my notes for that one is meh, not bad.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was okay. I didn't love it.
Didn't knock your socks off.
Didn't knock my socks off. I would probably never drink it again, but I didn't hate it. I
Yeah.
finished it.
Yeah. It's just one of those,
And I think you gave it to me, and my reaction was meh.
Yeah, we were
So-
both like meh.
Yeah.
It's not a bad drink. It's just not a.
If someone hands
great
it to
drink.
you, you'll drink it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my second drink was, okay, guys, this is a drink that really genuinely reminded me of a drink that I used to pick up at a gas station in my undergrad. In not necessarily a terrible way, just in it tasted kind of cheap. I'm sorry.
All right, continue.
34, it's called Madam.
By Griffin Claw Brewing.
This is Japanese rice.
Yeah, so
It's kind of bland. It tastes kind of watery, which is what.
yeah, it tasted like it had been half watered down.
Yeah, my notes are bland, watery, pretty crappy.
The flavor wasn't like offensive.
Oh no, the flavor wasn't bad. It just tasted like a drink I would have bought years ago, and probably
Really enjoyed them.
really enjoyed then.
It's
Right.
a
But my
5%.
profile, like my palate has evolved, and I probably wouldn't bother with it now.
It's a 5% that tastes like about a 2.5%.
Yeah.
And I think I would only enjoy it if it tasted like a 10%. Like if
Mm.
there was more alcohol kick to it. Because
Yeah.
right now, like I said, the flavor is mild and a little bit sweet. And that could be nice if there was more to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What style was this?
It was, I don't remember.
I'm
Does it
looking
say
it up.
there?
It is a lager brewed with Japanese rice.
There you go.
Yeah, which is why I got it, because it just sounded intriguing.
But didn't quite meet the.
No, yeah, because I like a lot of Japanese rice wines. So I was like, maybe I'll like a Japanese rice beer.
Right. Turns out
Um,
not so much.
Turns out not so much.
Yeah.
Or at least I don't like this particular one. And then, this is the other one that I really, really loved. I picked it up because the name sounded fun. It's called Ferrari Backpack. It's an unfiltered one. It's 43. Can you look
Is that
up?
also
Yep.
Shorts? Sounds like a Shorts name.
That is a Toppling Goliath Brewing.
No, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
A double IPA.
Literally, my notes are just heart, and it says so good.
So
I
I
was-
liked it.
I was really quite drunk at this point.
And it's a hazy IPA rather than a milkshake,
milkshake, yeah.
IPA. So I actually enjoyed that one. It wasn't overly unfiltered.
Yeah.
It
So-
was ridiculously tasty. I loved it a lot. I had a very long debate about whether or not my single pour was going to be double vanilla darkness or Ferrari backpack. But eventually I went with double vanilla darkness.
Yeah.
And then my last drink was the non-alcoholic
Yeah.
CBD
Yes.
drink.
I did get a sip of that. I didn't get the
Because-
whole thing but
Because it sounded intriguing, because it was like a fruity floral deal with CBD in it.
Mhm.
Here's a
It was-
seltzer.
Yeah, a seltzer.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit bland.
I felt like it could have had a
could
little more
dealt with
flavor.
more flavor.
Yeah.
I think they were leaning a little bit too hard on the CBD and not enough on the flavor profile.
Mhm.
which is something that actually happens quite a bit on CBD drinks. They lean a bit too hard on the quote unquote gimmick of it, and not enough on the flavor.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, because I think that could have been. It was okay. It wasn't overly seltzery.
No,
You know?
and there was right. It wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't that like overcarbonated.
Yeah, it wasn't overcarbonated, but it definitely needed a little more flavor.
Or more pomegranate in that.
Because the taste of it had all of the like flavors of being a quite lovely drink.
Mhm.
It just there wasn't enough.
And just add another
Just
like
add
eight.
another little.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Like,
if they
if I
mix a
could've
little
taken-
extra.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
if I could have taken a crowler of it home and
Mhm.
just added,
Just added
some
some
juice
to it,
to
would've been
it,
fine.
like it
We'll
would
try that. We'll try it. Why not?
Yeah.
You know.
So Finn said, "Oh, rice lager explains a lot."
Mhm.
They don't like him either. And then probably watching crime shows says hello. Maybe the best YouTube name ever. Hello, probably watching crime shows.
Probably
And
watching
also
crime shows.
mood.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, not a fan. I compared it to a cheap Coors Light. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
It just
Exactly.
tasted so watered down.
The
It was very
kind of
disappointing.
flavor.
Yep.
That's 100%. I don't think I've ever had an actual like a Coors Light, but that kind of flavor.
I've had a
is what I was
Coors Light,
thinking.
so I can just from your description, I'm going, oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
And
So on to my flights. Do you have anything else to add before I
I
get to my
forgot you had
flights?
another one.
Yeah, I had a third
I
flight.
forgot you had a third flight. I was thinking, oh, we're gonna wrap this up.
no, there's a third flight.
Nope. go ahead.
So I had the bourbon barrel aged Jupiter from Bell's Brewing, which is a brown ale that has been bourbon barrel aged, and
This
I
sucker
gave it a
was
3.5. It was really, really good.
Good. This
Yeah,
sucker was good.
yeah,
That was the toffee.
yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
That was smooth and delicious. Love that.
So I'm not normally a huge Bell's fan of
Yeah.
their beers, but that one was really good, and I'd go back for it.
hmm
Mhm, there you go.
So
I get a bottle of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
the next one was Sisu Stout from Upper Hand Brewing, which is an imperial stout from Sisu.
With
Give
coffee and
it-
chocolate again.
Yeah, give it a 3.5. It really is. It's a normal stout.
Yet another indistinguishable
Chocolate.
chocolate and coffee stout.
Yep, yep,
I-
exactly.
I will say though, that one, Sisu Stout, was, in my opinion, better than
Than the other
other
stout
coffee
you had.
chocolate stout
Yeah.
The
that I
nitro
had.
one you had.
Than
Yeah,
the nitro.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Sisu Stout was better than the nitro.
Then I also had Mino Star, which is a Three Floyds Brewing Company farmhouse saison
Yes.
beer, which I really like. To give it a 3.75. We have saisons at our brewery currently. One of them I'm a fan of. The other ones are meh. This one I would put on tap over any of the ones that we have now if I had the ability to do that. So, yeah, it's really good. Three Floyds, which is an Indiana brewery, has not been available in Michigan until just very recently, and I'm the fuck happy they are.
Everything I've had from Three Floyds. was
You've
good.
liked,
I liked
yep.
it.
If you like it, yeah.
And then my very last one was from Graft Cider, and this was Birds of Paradise. I am not hugely a cider person.
Yeah.
I'm also not a sour person, so I went really kind of outside of my box on these flights, trying different stuff because it's the first time I've ever been tapped in Michigan, so why not? Birds of Paradise, I gave a 4.5.
It was
Now-
very good.
I had
It could be that it was
taste.
super tasty, or it could be that I was 3 flights in.
I had a
but-
tiny taste of that, and it was delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, I really did like
What were
it.
the flavors on that one?
I don't remember.
Was this the Moscow Mule one?
Yes,
Yes.
yep.
This is the one that I stole.
A Polynesian-inspired Moscow Mule cider with ginger, lime, hibiscus, and lavender.
Yeah, it was.
It was very good. Yep,
And now,
and it was well rounded.
yes,
Mhm.
there were lots of flavors. The
Mhm.
ginger was powerful, but it wasn't overpowering.
The lavender
Yes.
was present, but
Mhm.
not
It
overpowering.
was good.
Yep.
And it became my drink.
And it
Right.
was a nice color. It was just sort of
It
a
was very
nice,
pretty.
like,
It was a
pink
very
color.
It was
nice.
a very
good look.
pretty drink. It became my drink because
Mhm.
Moscow Mules are my favorite drink. And to find one in a beer that tasted legitimately like a Moscow Mule is a dream come true.
It was very good.
It
And
was
now
so
I'm-
good.
Now I'm going to be looking at like what a Polynesian Moscow Mule is, and maybe tweaking what our Moscow Mule at work.
Or just
No, you can't tweak our Moscow Mule,
No,
but you
but I
can make
can-
a
I
second
can make
one.
additional.
adjustments, yes.
Yep.
Take an
We've already got
additional.
the Mule Near and the Sleep Near. We can make
Right.
a third one.
Yep.
There you go. Yep.
So I think that's it then.
Okay.
I will say though that I just noticed I was looking at that Graft cider, Birds of Paradise, and somebody somewhere, and I could not tell you what state they're in off the top of my head, bought it at Trader Joe's. So apparently, Graft cider is from Newburgh, New York. So they are a national brewery. And for a cider to be 6.9 ABV is pretty good. So,
and it tastes nice.
Yep.
Which is what I want from a cider.
I would definitely check all of that stuff out. Finn said, did anyone have a West Coast IPA, Tunnel of Trees from True out of Denver? Is their go-to West Coast? No, we did not have a West Coast IPA. Part of the issue, I think, with breweries overall right now is that you go into a brewery it's summer right now. So you go into a brewery and they have 12 taps and 6 of them are IPAs and 4 of those are West Coast IPAs. So when I go to a place that has 44 taps, like Shakes does, I try to steer away from West Coast IPAs because I know I'm going to end up with them somewhere else because it'll be the only freaking thing on tap.
I did also want to add, because it is, sort of post-COVID, and people are coming out to breweries and restaurants and stuff. Do be patient with your wait staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did take a while for us to get our drinks and our food and stuff because they had limited wait staff.
Yeah.
And our waitress was amazing. Our server was fantastic.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
She did an amazing job.
She did an amazing job, but it took time.
She was able to split our table into 3 bills for us.
Yep.
So she was awesome. We want to give her props. And but also just to remind people that even though things are going back to normal,
it's not
2019. It's not 2019 normal.
Yeah.
A lot of restaurants and pubs and bars are very low staffed still.
And frankly, it may never be 2019 normal again.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
So be patient with your servers. Don't give them 1 star on Yelp because you had to wait a bit for your food.
Don't stiff them on tips.
Don't stiff them on tips.
Because they're making pennies.
That's right. Because it's still a hard time for breweries and for restaurants, and they deserve our support and our patience.
Yep.
That's just my little, soapbox.
Little soapbox.
But if you are in Kalamazoo and you want to visit Shakespeare's Pub, we highly recommend it. It's on 241 East Kalamazoo Avenue in Kalamazoo, so it's right downtown. They are open Monday through Wednesday from 3 to 11, Thursday through Saturday from 3 to midnight, and then closed on Sunday. So come check them out, guys. They're great.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and then the thing that our waitress definitely did was she made sure to get us our first round of drinks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right on
pronto.
Right on point, so that while we were waiting for our food, we would have something to drink.
Right. Yep.
So it was very good all around. A little mediocre chicken sandwich does not ruin the whole experience.
No, not at all. Yeah.
In fact, we talked about wanting to go back to try some of their other stuff because they've got so much on tap. I didn't even get a chance to try the CBD seltzer. And they've got the pizzas and sandwiches. They've got all kinds of things.
Yeah, so we'll be back some other time.
So so what I'm saying is, even if you don't drink beer or cider or mead, there will be an option for you.
Yep.
All right. They have Coke products.
Yeah, they have Coke products.
As does everybody else in the fucking world.
Pepsi products.
All right, so that's it for us?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, cool.
Click the button.
Okay,
thank you, guys.
Thanks for hanging with us.
See you soon.